Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I'm not showing any alcoholic beverages this morning. It's 5:45. I mean, grow up. I'm getting ready to make a bake. So I have found this new rhythm because we're out of the mob neighborhood where they did just, oh Lord, at least the memories are starting to dwindle down, but 7 years, it was that important to get my son and me fragmented fully. Maybe it's just for him to continue on through this, what will end one day, but I won't be around. As rebel rousers like me, usually our lives aren't very long. So I'm still here. Look what I found. I just wanted to put these posts in. These mischievous kitties. Now, these are special kitties, but there's only the two. I think Miss Amber's did scare the calico. Where did the cats go? I was like, and then I'm like, do I just need to let her go to the auction? Probably. I found an auction because she would be considered a golden hen egg layer. If she got her rooster boyfriend, she can make other great egg laying hens. And I don't think that's for here because I've been letting her in the sunroom, then I clean up because she started to mark. I'm going to call it marking because she wasn't doing that before. Only a couple times, but I can just get it cleaned up. This is gross, I know, for most. I wouldn't ever do that. But she left a little one on the porch. She got confused as she didn't know where I went. I don't know what she was doing. She just needs to get out of the rain, or she wanted to bother the dogs, make them bark. So I didn't get that. So the pup's new names are the pooper sloopers. And that's disgusting. And that's why she has to probably go. And I'm going to miss my little chicken companion. But she's really trying to hang in there. And it's just this isn't right. She needs to go find a tribe. Okay, so these were fully intact. I almost busted this one. I'm like, this should have been so easy. I should have been able to get at least 4 posts. And this is including clearing some brush and figuring out this one line of the property. And I'm like, am I really having to do this line specifically? It was kind of agitating me, really, because they have the old post thing. And I'm like, was this the lady here? The last lady? Was this one of her? It was oh, she just wasn't going to stay quite on her property line. I was sensing that. The one that was here before. I wouldn't do stuff like that. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. So, is this not crazy? Because the lids are on and I can't get the condensation out. Okay, so this one, John thought this was medicine. I was excited. I was like, is this from Prohibition and we could get a bunch of money? Maybe it's worth a bunch of money. Now there's a bunch. I'm thinking that whole one area. So when I thought that there was glass, although that was more intricately where it's placed. But, at this point, it could just be wild animals. We're just going to go with that. So, it says... Sorry, it's a weird glare in my... I was binging on Kiora questions. Says, fire up your heart, children of God. That's you. That's you. That's not me. That's not me. That's you. Okay. It's just weird lighting this morning. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna see this here. Okay, it's because it's on both sides. Federal law forbids sale or reuse of this bottle. 1 pint. I don't think it's as exciting as I thought, maybe, but just because we were they just put them in the ground with the lids on. Maybe they did, but the fact that it's still like this, and it wasn't even, you guys, this post isn't that big. Whoa, she's getting ready to cook. She better get the fuzzy sweater off. Now, I will. No fuzzy sweaters to cook in. Okay. I don't know. This was just nuts. And the fact that I kept going, I wonder what that is. I thought it was a rock or something, and it wasn't. And I'm like, I got 2 posts in and got some brush out of the way. And I'm looking at these shrubs, and they're so pretty. They get like the prettiest, stickiest, messiest white flower on them. And I noticed the lady out back, she like gets mad when she has to mow along that line. And I was like, it was my first knowledge this year was those bushes or something are even upset people. Like, what were they doing over here? Like, if you're on the pool deck, it's like you're Queen of England. Look at us in our big pool. Like, it's like too high. That's why it's becoming a fish pool. I mean, at this rate, I could have brought bottom feeders in. I could have brought them in late. If I'm able, well, this is like more of a sand. It's not full sandy loam. It's like great soil for a lot of things. It's like a darker soil with a little bit of the sand loam to it. I mean, a cat could probably knock that down. I put up all right. So that one big one. What is she doing this morning? Anyhow, I was just supposed to show this. It's turned into that. Okay, and I feel bad because someone and I might make up, but I think when you get to where that isn't a friendship or like just things just aren't like, it's like you can't catch one another, and it's like who's begging for whose attention. I don't do those. I don't do this. I have other things I need to do, and so I kind of feel bad about it, but like there's been this shift, and I'm not using any names, but this person would probably like still think that someone would know. And I'm going to talk about it real quick, is, I mean, I hate to say this, but ever since she went back on Facebook and something, and then there was like 3 to 4 to 5 lies in a row. She has aversions to a lot of food. I think she's gotten to the point where she's not even, I don't even know if she's letting herself eat cheese for protein. Peanut butter, and she won't let me see her, and I don't know if it's because she's so skinny right now with the anorexia that she won't let me see her. And she got back in contact, I think, with some of my old cronies in a way, but it was always like this hit and miss, and it always ended up frying out. And so then, like, and that's fine. Like, she doesn't have to tell me all of her friends and stuff. I mean, we're not in second grade. It's that the withholding and just kind of like, I feel like I'm doing the chasing. And it's like, this is a word for anyone. And the thing is that the ones where it's like years into it and then the chicks start to do it is, it's annoying. It's annoying. I've said this before. We all need a little bit of attention, but if you're having to be chasing someone after you've known him for, well, I mean, 5-6 years it would be now, and you're kind of just feeling like it's this like, and you know, there could be just like low points, or they're just going through a lot so they can't handle it. That happens. I mean, we've had that, her and I, where it'd be like 3 to 6 months even, where, but this is more like something's off heavily. And there's more to it than that. And it's just better that I get out now because I can't do anything. I know that there's a lot of stigma on this woke thing, but something's wrong, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not willing to hang around to find out what it is, because it looks like it's going to be one of those where it bites me in the bum, and I'm just not up to it. I'm getting too old. I don't deal with liars. I found myself the other day in a situation where I was fibbing, and I'm like, what are you doing? It was on a full moon, too. I was like, this is weird. Like, everyone, the dogs, the chicken everyone was amped up. Miss Amber's was doing another escape route. And it's not even an escape. And I mean, people are going to really think that I'm making this up. She knows when she's somewhere she's not supposed to be. Because if I say, Miss Amber's, and she's somewhere she's supposed to be, she'll usually go, or whatever. And then, but like when she's where she's not supposed to be, where it's where I would go over and walk, she's been trying to hide under the pool steps. And I'm thinking, not hide, she's like hanging out over there. And I'm like, well, I mean, maybe this is a sign, like move the coop over that way. These guys here at all can't just say that. And it might, I don't know if that would make it a 200-foot. I mean, I'd be getting pretty technical. Like, this is just all getting ridiculous, really. I was so disappointed in the agricultural department and the weirdness. Like, oh, yes, we want to help you be able to grow your own food, to provide food for your own. No, not really. Because if a rich guy that pays more taxes on his property or something calls in and bitches enough and uses the I pay more taxes blankety blunkety bloop, and I'm not going to watch the lady over an acre away over there because I can't stop staring at her with her 4 chickens and 2 turkeys, because that's his problem, but he's also got some kind of other mental problems going on we didn't know of. He was one of Oh, and what else do I want to clear up? So when I remarried, I didn't mean that there was like another sister of the husband. I mean, there might have been one or those still are little sneakier ones or something. No, I mean the one that was married in with my brother. And I tell you what, once those dynamics came in at around, I was about 14, I didn't think I was ever going to get loose. I mean, she was like almost like the woman who raised me, but at like a higher level of sneaky evil. And I still can remember the day I said, I'm not trying to keep you from marrying my brother. I said, this is probably not going to go down in the books very well, but I'm like, nobody wants to be lonely. Nobody wants to be, but like what you're marrying into is going to bring the most heartbreaking pain that you'll ever know, because this family never got help. And there is stuff here that you'll find out with him, and it's not going to be pretty. I'm not going to get into that story, so I'll start sobbing. So that's what I meant. I think a couple of the other sisters, they weren't. I think they just lived their lives like what most people should do. So that's an interesting video this morning. Is this and this. I don't know what this would be. Ooh, and that's chubby stomach growling. Shame on you, chubby stomach. All right, I gotta go. Bye. Come on.